Zimbabwe is not only rich in culture and history, but also filled with numerous of the richest men in the entirety of Africa. And of course, you'll naturally be curious just how they spend so much of their wealth. Here at Luxury Wire, we only talk about topics that inspire the millionaires inside of each and every one of you. So be sure to tune in so that you'll be able to know the secrets behind the wealthiest men in Zimbabwe. When talking about the richest and most well-off people in Zimbabwe, you surely have to start with Strive Maiyiwa. This man is recognized as the richest man in the country, and though he moved to London, so much of his significant business ventures remain thriving in southern Africa. This man has a massive net worth of closely estimated to $1.6 billion. Not only does he amass abundant wealth, but he also has trained eyes to even further grow his income flows. Look no further because this man has a penthouse apartment in the El Dorado Towers in New York City. He bought 2 adjoining apartments in the Central Park Towers' 29th floor. On the upper 2 stories of the building, there are 5 bedrooms to accommodate him and his guests. According to reports, he paid close to $29 million for the property. This luxurious apartment includes stunning hardwood flooring, black windows, and a color palette of milky white. The living rooms, kitchen, and even the bedrooms all have this theme. Then there is the dark, twisting stairway that descends to a stunning library with walls made of the finest wood. The patio is by far this property's most remarkable feature. There is just no comparison between the breathtaking view of the city, the greenery, and the exposed brickwork. It's understandable why celebrities like Moby, Alec Baldwin, and Michael J. Fox formerly own this property. Even though he is originally in Zimbabwe, he no longer frequently visits his own country. He had to leave the country for South Africa after engaging in legal battles to break the local telecoms monopoly for his business, Econet. He still keeps a $610,000 house there just in case work requires him to return home. It has a pool, 4 garages, 5 bathrooms, and 5 bedrooms. But today, he's actually most often connected with his life in the United Kingdom. He has one incredible property there. His London property is allegedly valued at around $6 million, and it is far more fitting with his reputation as one of the world's most wealthiest men. Not only that, but he has no desire to buy anymore. Of course, when those cars are a Jaguar and a Lexus, it makes perfect sense that he wouldn't require any other cars. His Jaguar F-Type SBR is worth around £45,000 in the UK. With a top speed of 186 miles per hour and a price tag of $10,000, it can also accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. In terms of his car back home, he has a Lexus LS500 that is valued at more than $62,000. Additionally, it has a 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds and a top speed of 136 miles per hour. You might as well choose autos like that if you're only planning to have a couple of vehicles in your garage. Speaking of wealth, Strive enjoys taking luxurious private flights, just like every other billionaire. His jet is actually one of his most valuable possessions. He has a Bombardier Challenger 850 Special Edition. These exquisite works of aviation art sell for more than $35 million. The jets can hold up to 19 passengers. They also have a living room, a kitchen, and numerous luxurious bathrooms. Just fantastic! And you pretty much have to have a plane like this if you're going to reside somewhere between 2 continents. But of course, having these expensive assets isn't all that there is to him. This bright man is actually a bookworm of his own. He reportedly enjoys great books. In fact, he said that his collection is worth considerably more than $40,000. His all-time favorite business book is actually the Bible. According to Strive, you will be astounded to discover that it contains everything you require if you study it with a diligent mind. Who knows, then, what other works he regards as his business guide books. Strive's philanthropy is centered on giving back, just like the majority of wealthy African businessmen. He has put millions of dollars into the next generation to create a better Africa in the long term. He has a foundation that provides various scholarships as a start. The man is truly a wonder. To date, he has given almost 250,000 young Africans scholarships. Additionally, he funds around 40,000 orphans through sustainable educational programs that enrich their young minds. On top of all of these, Strive is quite generous in areas other than academics. He is a committed environmentalist and the co-founder of the Carbon War Room, an organization working to lessen the global carbon impact. Additionally, he contributes to the medical community to address cholera, cancer, and other health issues affecting Africa. He's also donated over $10 million to fight against cholera. He played a significant role in aiding numerous African nations in their fight against the COVID-19 virus during the pandemic. That included more than doubling Zimbabwean doctors' monthly salaries. All of these are proofs that Strive is regarded as one of the most prominent individuals in Africa and the rest of the world. Moving on, let's get to know this controversial public personality, Philip Chiyangwa. He amassed a fortune of more than $1.2 billion. When it comes to his famous car collection and taste in houses, he's been more than happy to show them off. The three-story building is big and beautiful, with a spectacular winding stairway to climb. It also has 6 bedrooms, a home gym, and a 14-seater movie theater, according to reports. When it comes to his automobile collection, he has a whole different attitude than Strive. Philippe has no issues about flaunting his impressive collection of high-end autos to anyone who would listen. Among them is a Hummer H2 that's worth at least $24,000. He also has a Mercedes-Benz S600 B12 that is valued at $200,000. Even more so, he has a $50,000 Chrysler Crossfire, a $65,000 Range Rover Vogue, and a $475,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom, and a $160,000 Maybach GLS 6000. He's also a huge football lover. He even rose to the position of president of Zimbabwe's football federation, known as ZIFA, after dedicating his entire career to the sport. The controversies began to mount at this point, of course. The failure to pay coaching personnel resulted in a disqualification from the World Cup as a result. Then there was the rampant mishandling that led to the resignation of numerous board members and protests. Then there are the allegations that he stole over $2 million from the company. Because of these scandals, ZIFA officially banned him for life, despite being a loyal fan. Next up, we have Shingi Munyeza. Shingi Munyeza is the CEO of the African Sun hotel chain. The whole total of this money is approximately $2 billion. But unlike the billionaires we mentioned earlier, he goes off to an entirely different route. He quit his job at the African Sun to work hard and spend all of his money on becoming a well-known religious leader. He was the head pastor at Faith Ministries Church. It was a risk he was willing to take since he wanted to see how his money would be spent. All of this came tumbling down when his daughter went public with allegations that he wasn't exactly a devoted husband and a good role model for his children. In the end, the controversy prompted him to resign in January of 2021, despite his willingness to give up his luxurious lifestyle for the sake of the church. Despite all the headline-grabbing achievements, Zimbabwe is still the world's 22nd poorest country. Even with billionaires who are known for their generous philanthropy, this country nonetheless faces many challenges. And that's all that we have for you today. For more valuable content, click the subscribe button and the notification bell to update yourself when the next video comes out. We'll see you next time.